sets off a chemical reaction. As water infiltrates the gaps of ologene's crystal structure, it changes into serpentinite. As that happens, some of the oxygen atoms combine with the iron from the olivine to form magnetite, and the hydrogen atoms come together to make hydrogen gas. But
Do you know what this
presence of
guy's talking
carbon
about?
dioxide, like the carbon dioxide in seawater, something else happens. Carbon atoms from the CO2 and those extra hydrogen atoms from the serpentinization come together to form methane gas, which, for the record, makes Lost City really special. But we'll get to that in a bit. The important things to know for now are that these reactions give off some heat, so the surrounding water gets a little toasty, but only about 40 to 90 degrees Celsius, so it's cool in comparison to black smoke is. And during this process, CO2 gets removed from seawater, which ultimately makes the water much less acidic. You see, dissolved carbon dioxide reacts with ocean water to form carbonic acid, which can further react with water to form carbonate and bicarbonate ions. That ultimately releases hydrogen ions and therefore makes the water more acidic. If you remove CO2, though, the reactions go the other way, which is why the chimneys at Lost City have a pH of about 9. Closer to baking soda.
It's always with the 9, huh?
That's the exact opposite of other hydrothermal vents. Very acidic water. It also happens to be why Lost City has white smoke. You may have heard of the mineral calcium carbonate.
Never.
Because it's that white stuff that shells and corals are made of.
You're a liar.
And it's an awesome building material if your water isn't too acidic. If it is, those roaming hydrogen ions will react with the carbonate ions.
The cat's in the tree watching me.
Hydrogen and calcium ions are both positively charged, so when they're in seawater,
how about that shit?
both could potentially
It's only been like a week.
charged carbonate ions. But what usually happens is a hydrogen covalently bonds to the carbonate, turning it into bicarbonate, which, even though it's negatively charged,
Science guy, can you shut the fuck up for a minute? Science guy. This is just too much science. All this science I don't understand. I don't want to understand it. It's out the window. We live in a fantastic place. It's not just the nature here. Oh no, it's the time of the season that we're all in. I'm at war with the roaches, and one of them was here. I shot it down. We're at war though. Formal war. All the proper formats have been initialed and signed. The T's have been crossed. The I's have been dotted. So this one understood what it was doing. When it bold ass appeared on the ceiling here, I shot it with this long range poison, with the slight aberration of the tip, mind you. Nonetheless, full jet. And it tried to hang on. I shouted at it and it fell. Thus concluding today's battle with that one. Its corpse is in the trash. Now I could go and burn that trash right now and offer his soul to the immortal being in the sky. And maybe that's something to do. But I won't do it at this moment. Do you know, and fucking, who is that? Sylvester, I want to call him the wrong guy. It's not Sylvester Stallone. Tom Selleck. Tom Selleck appears twice on TV here. Now I feel like I should shave. He's all serious fucking business, Tom, when he's old. He's in New York, and the cops are doing weird shit administratively to each other, which I would not watch because I don't want to know anything about their shit. I got my own shit to deal with. But I find it funny that earlier today he hit Higgins on the head and took him to meet his own elderly dad that was played by him. 2 Tom Sellecks, 2 Higgins, 2 times a day. Maybe that's what the birthday book and the astrology book my friend got twice for was. Sometimes you get weird stuff when you order it and it's more than meets the eye. Or maybe you're shopping wrong. You should shop with us. Get everything you need. Example 1. As you see here, and I'll stop. I'll be done here shortly. I have to use the new and lost camera. This thing right here, it's not just that. I searched for the brightest flashlight a human could buy. This is what I got. Now, it's not technically, I got what I was looking for, and I searched correctly. knowing I would not be able to purchase on a budget the most powerful flashlight ever. I knew that. But what I thought and what I got are two different things. But look at this. I joke and tell people that some of the advanced technology is already here. I'm not lying. We don't notice it a lot of times. Anti-reverse protection circuit board. Anti-reverse protection of another sort. The same exact type. The hell, you don't need that. It's not for just physical circuits. I mean, unless that's what you ordered. This is like an eyeball. You got the ball, you've got the lid. Even the last soda. What are you saying, Mr. Watson? I'm about to tell you. It has the slit because I put it, and then I promptly 90 degrees to get the X. You afraid of vampires? Obviously. I don't want to have anything to do with them. They said on that show that the first occurrence of the Loch Ness Monster, some fucking bishop guy in his hat did the sign of the cross to the monster, which was eating the boat the man he saved on. The show that they were showing this, now not only was the guy a big giant robot lizard telling the story, he tells with this voice, you know, it's the guy, you've heard his voice 1,000 times. You just haven't put the face to the voice. He said there would be a hero exposed as a fraud. There would be, I don't know, he had a list of a few of those criteria going through the list of time. They did the time list. They showed us different things, but they started with, you know, Nessie, Scottish lake in Scotland. Like the lake in Rome, just draw a line. Scotland is north of Rome, right? Legillis is a fucking, maybe that's, you know, there's a lake out there north of where the Vatican's at. I don't know the name of the lake. But Solomon's demons are trapped in that lake. That's all I'm going to say. This is the point where the breakthrough occurs. Normally it disables. Stop. I like it when the universe which is actually makes the record button. And realize it. Before it never would let you do that. You cannot use the standard camera while operating a background system as YouTube or sounds. It turns them off. Nature finds a way! Before that was true. Tell it to stop. It gap.